Hello Dino Peeps, I wanted to catch up a little bit with you because I haven't had the time to do my weekly streams anymore that we did for a few months on this channel and also on the other channel. So I guess I put this in a video now and we're keeping up a little bit with the things that have been going on and the things that will be going on. First of all, I want to thank each and every one of you who was thinking about us here in the past week with everything happening with the cat and with everything going on around him being sick and him ultimately having to be put to sleep. It has been a very hard time for me and I've tried to compensate it with working, which is probably not the healthiest thing to do, but for me it worked, or it is still working. It is working at the moment. I have been streaming every day on Twitch since it happened. And for me, it is good to just have something to do. That said, having streamed every day does also mean that I have been playing Scorched Earth for almost a week now, since the files for unofficial servers got released as well. We had to wait a little bit for the Norwegian Vikings cluster to be able to install a Scorched Earth server. So it has been a little bit until we could start it, and I was not too mad about it because I had my head busy with other things. I have been streaming on Scorched Earth now for about a week and I want to give you my opinion. And that said, Scorched Earth has always been one of my favorite maps on ARK Survival Evolved, so it's not hard to get me excited about Scorched Earth. I said this before when they said that the center is going to be released before Scorched Earth and then it had been pushed back. I said I don't care too much because I never liked center, but I have always been a big fan of Scorched Earth, so I was kind of happy that Scorched Earth would come out before. We have started playing Scorched Earth together in our tribe, in our reasonably big tribe for PvE, I would say, because most PvE tribes are solo tribes or 2-people tribes. So we have 4 people and it has been fun. I have to say there is a lot of stuff in Scorched that still feels a little bit broken. Like the weather is a little bit weird at the moment, and also there are a few minor things like Rexes are standing weird, and there's this bug with where you are shown as level 1 or animals are shown as level 1. Like all kind of like small little things. I think in this case it is all kind of caused by like desync issues between client and server. But all of these little things are around and it doesn't bother me too much, if I'm completely honest, because overall Scorched Earth is stunning. I said it already in my last video, but Scorched Earth and what they made out of it is stunning. In my streams, I was talking about how I feel that Scorched Earth, despite being a desert, feels much more lively than the ARK Survival Evolved version. Because we have like all kind of things. We have like tumbleweed just like rolling around. We have all these kind of little plants. We have areas that look a little bit more lush than a desert would look, but it looks just very good. Scorched Earth has always been pretty in ARK Survival Evolved as well, like the sunsets and the sunrises have always been pretty, but this is like a complete different level and I'm really enjoying my time on Scorched Earth. I also talked a little bit about the adventure pack, the Frontier adventure pack that has been released with Scorched Earth, and my opinion about it, and I know that not everyone is agreeing with me when it comes to how fundamental these packs will be for gameplay. There are some things that are used more often than others. There are some things that might affect the meta, even though I think despite them being useful, I don't think they will have a gigantic influence on how the game itself is played. I see a lot of people in the PvE community and in the roleplay community who enjoy their time with the Frontier pack, and it has always been my impression that this is the target audience for these Frontier packs, or these adventure packs. This one is the Frontier pack, but we will get other packs with the other adventure packs. But it has always been my impression that PvE and roleplaying has been the focus when making these packs. I don't think they are altering the gameplay too much. Not even the Oasisaur or the shovel. I mean, a lot of people have said that the shovel is basically pay to win because it adds so many possibilities to gain good items. But the farming for the treasure maps is such a tedious task that in 1 week I have maybe found 2, and those were basically white drops. I know there have been farming guides for the treasure maps on other maps, and I think it's completely fine, because in the end, ARK has always been helping those people who are willing to put a lot of time and grind into the game, and I think that should be rewarded, because if you are willing to put your time and like a lot of grind and monotone stuff into the game, I think it should be rewarded, no matter if it's from a paid DLC or if it's from the core game. One thing I'm a little bit disappointed about is that the desert drops that have always been like the thing why you would go to Scorched Earth, because even in later game the desert drops have always been the like a center, or the center of attention for those people who try to min-max and who try to get good gear. It seems like while the positioning of the desert drops has changed, I don't think the loot table has, because the loot in the desert drops is significantly worse than any other air supply drop on the whole map. That is something I was a little bit disappointed about, because I was thinking the drops here are very good, but that means the desert drop must be insane. And I went in there and all I found was, I don't know, like hide armor and like wooden shield blueprints, while already being like in full ascended desert cloth that I found in normal airdrops, and not even like in the red or the yellow ones, but lower ones. So that was a little bit of a disappointment, especially because I saved all of the points, all of the deep desert points in my waypoints. So now I'm stuck with all these points, and I also don't want to delete them, because it could very well be that they changed the loot table for those drops in order to make them a little bit more interesting. But until then, I'm just stuck with those waypoints that I cannot use, or that it's just not worth going for. I have started to breed a little bit more. We have been relatively late, I have to admit. We have been getting wyverns, and I have been combining stats and started to produce females now for a breeding group. I already got my first unintentional mutation on weight on the wyverns. But it is nice to build up from the ground, start fresh, and have like a goal in comparison to just being a little bit lost. I feel like that's a big thing lately in gaming, that we all feel a little bit lost what games we should play, especially because we get so many new games coming just this year. It's insane. And the next game for me is already set to be released on the 11th. So there is no sleep for us. There's no sleep for us content creators these days. But yeah, I'm enjoying my time on Scorched. And if you want to join me in my Scorched streams, they are on Twitch. I have the link to my Twitch in the description. So feel free to join. Feel free to head over. And I usually start streaming around noon my time until evening. And I would love to see you over there. I would love to have you there and we just talk. And if you have questions, I would love to answer those to you. I hope you guys have a great time. I hope you guys have a great few days until we see each other again, either in stream or in a video. And thank you for watching this video. Have a good one. Bye.